A tiny tick with a big bite is spreading west. A new rotation study reveals yield gains and soil health trade-offs, all while Senate Republicans drop a tax plan with big ag implications.
Plus, Nestle coffee brand goes regenerative and beats its climate goal. And David Beckham brings the buzz to snack time with a honey-based fruit chew.
Buckle up. This episode bites, brews, and breaks down what's happening this week in agriculture. I'm Braeden.
And I'm Savannah.
Welcome to Magnetic Ag Ears Edition.
Every week, we break down the top headlines and trends facing food and agriculture.
Fast, fun, and actually useful. Let's get it. A tick the size of a sesame seed is causing big problems, and it's moving west. The Asian longhorn tick, first spotted in New Jersey in 2017, has been confirmed in more than 20 states, including recent detection in Illinois, Michigan, and Iowa.
And this isn't your average pasture pest. The tick can reproduce without mating. One female lays up to 2,000 eggs, turning a single site into a full-blown infestation. In cattle, ticks transmit thylaria, a pesticide that attacks red and white blood cells, leading to weight loss, reduced milk production, and severe cases, death.
Add to that these ticks swarm. A heavily infested animal can lose so much blood it dies. USDA warns they can cut dairy output by up to 25%, and even one tick is enough to launch a population in a new location.
The risk isn't limited to just livestock. While U.S. populations haven't shown transmissions of the most serious human diseases, experts are sounding the alarms. The tick can carry pathogens linked to Rocky Mountain spotted fever, heartland virus, and more, raising concerns that it may just be a matter of time.
That includes the potential for severe fever with thrombocytopenia syndrome, SFTS, a deadly virus found in ticks overseas. And since ALHTSs aggressively bite everything from cattle to chickens to humans, there's growing pressure to monitor their spread and manage infestations quickly.
The call to action: if you spot symptoms like anemia, jaundice, or respiratory diseases in your cattle, especially in younger animals, contact your vet and get samples to diagnostic labs. As the tick spreads, early detection and containment will be crucial to protecting animals and human health.
While livestock producers are on alert for little creatures, crop producers just received confirmation of a big production practice. Farmers have long rotated corn and soybeans. Now, a new study reveals how significant the impacts of that rotation can be for yields, soil health, and farm economics.
A new study recently highlighted in morningagclips.com quantifies these rotational effects. It confirms corn after soybean boosts corn yields, but with a catch. Researchers found the benefits are highly climate dependent and organic matter can decline over time.
Where the benefit comes to play, soybeans enrich the soil with nitrogen. Corn that follows uses that residual nitrogen, boosting yield and cutting fertilizer costs. But the trade-off, the nitrogen rush also stimulates microbes that break down older organic matter, potentially harming soil health when done repeatedly.
Although the study found that this rotation can benefit crop producers, it concluded that this might not be the perfect production practice for all farmers. The study suggests 3 warning signs regarding this rotation.
The first is climate sensitivity. The study underscores the rotation benefits hinge on climate. During wetter seasons, advantages increase, but warmer, drier years shrink the yield boost.
The second area of focus is soil health. Studies from Iowa State and others warn that long-term corn-soy rotations may erode soil organic matter unless farmers add cover crops or other rotations like wheat into that mix.
And finally, agronomists agree with mixing things up. Adding small grains or cover crops every few years can arrest organic matter loss and maintain rotation gains. It's a balancing act between yield and sustainability.
In short, corn after soy boosts yields and cut costs, but only if farmers manage rotations thoroughly, especially after changing weather and soil concerns.
Today in ag policy, the Senate GOP tax package extends critical deductions plus benefits renewable and traditional fuels. Let's break it down. The Senate GOP plan would make permanent the 20% pass through deduction for business like farms and raise it to 23% in 2026. It also expands depreciation and expensing rules for equipment.
So, what does this matter to farmers? Four big reasons: tax deductions, clean fuel boost, traditional energy impact, and broader farm bill context. Let's dive in.
Qualified business income deduction currently holds steady at 20%, but this tax package increases it to 23%, overall cutting farmers' tax bills. It also raises the expensing cap to $2.5 million and restores full bonus depreciation through 2029, letting farmers write off purchases like tractors, grain bins, and tile drainage immediately.
The bill extends 45Z clean fuel tax credit through 2031, which supports ethanol, biodiesel, renewable natural gas, and emerging fuels. It also requires feedstock to be North American sourced, ensuring support for U.S. corn, soy, and ag residues.
The package does not overlook traditional fuels either. By expanding expenses and preserving Section 199A benefits, independent petroleum producers gain tax but also help operations fund drilling, refining, and fuel distribution.
And fourth, this is part of a broader rural investment push. The House's One Big Beautiful Bill would boost farm safety net spending by $56 billion over a decade, including increased crop insurance, commodity support, and clean energy programs.
Critics say permanent tax breaks come at a cost. Budget hawks worry about deficit impact unless paired with offsets. Farmers should watch how lawmakers balance these tax cuts with broader fiscal priorities.
While the government debates fuels, Nestle is dialed into what fuels Americans.
Nestle just brewed up a win for climate smart farming. Nescafe has already beaten its 2025 goal, sourcing 32% of its coffee from farmers using regenerative ag practices.
That's nearly a year early. The company launched the Nestle Plan 2030 back in 2022, aiming to help farmers cut emissions, restore soils, and grow more sustainably. And the results are steeping in. Farms cut greenhouse gas emissions by up to 40% per kilogram on unroasted beans.
So, what does regenerative coffee farming really look like? Think cover crops, reduced fertilizer use, native tree planting, and overall better land management, all of which help farmers boost productivity while restoring biodiversity and slashing input costs.
The stakes huge. A recent carbon disclosure project report claims climate change could slash coffee growing land by up to 97% in key regions by 2050. Most of the coffee's emissions happen before the beans leave the farm, so the focus on soil health and reforestation isn't just a nice to have, it's critical.
Nestle isn't just chasing carbon cuts. The company says it's backing farmer livelihoods, labor rights, and community well being, with programs aimed at child protection and worker support woven into its sourcing model.
The shift is catching on. Nestle's Axel Tuzet quotes, "Farmers are becoming increasingly aware of the benefits." End quote. The goal? Half of Nestle's beans comes from regenerative farms by 2030, and the momentum clearly is on their side.
Savannah, what does every coffee drinker need paired with their morning cup of joe? Well, a sweet treat if you ask many. From the soccer pitch to the snack aisle, David Beckham just entered the $53 billion snack market with a honey fueled twist.
The global soccer icon has teamed up with entrepreneur Sean Neef to launch Be Up, a lineup of honey based fruit snacks aimed at kids, families, and active lifestyles. Think Very Berry Tropical Mix and Sour Watermelon, sweetened with real honey, not synthetic dyes or artificial flavors.
And the timing is pretty sweet. Demand for quote better for you snacks is climbing, and parents are reading labels way closer than ever. Be Up is non GMO and is packed with vitamins A, C, and E, tapping into the quote healthier treat space, where both Tom Brady and Michelle Obama have recently planted flags.
But this launch isn't just about celebrity flash. Beckham's got real buzz. Literally. The press release notes he's a hobbyist beekeeper and has been on the hunt for a wholesome snack for his own kids. Honey's Nature Energy Boost and Health Halo are doing the heavy lifting here. especially as consumers seek sugar alternatives that don't skimp on taste.
With a product built for active kids and a brand tied to youth sports, Be Up is trying to create a sticky advantage. Available at Target and online, it's joining a wave of celeb backed food startups aiming to shake up the legacy snack shelf. The question is, can Beckham's honey powered play score big with today's well conscious families? For now, the ball has just started rolling.
Well, Braden, now that that's over, I think I'll go grab myself an iced coffee.
And I'm going to sip my morning Joe as I scroll the Magnetic Ag newsletter next week.
Till next time.
Hungry for more?
Subscribe to our twice weekly newsletter for more industry news right in your inbox.
Or follow along on socials at magnetic.ag for more trends and headlines.
Thanks for listening to Magnetic Ag Ears Edition.